The president's talking about a $2,000 rebate, and that would be for families making less than, say, $100,000.
Have you decided on that yet?
We haven't. It's in discussion.
There are a lot of people in the Trump administration and the tech world that don't really seem like actual humans, but he feels less like an actual human every time I hear him talk. That was, of course, Scott Bessent, and he's talking about the $2,000 checks that Trump tweeted out. Because he tweeted it, they have to act as if it's a thing that he's actually going to do. And there's like 10 different reasons why it's unlikely he would actually do it. I also want to be clear, if he does it, it's bad in a variety of different ways. It's not good to screw people over, tax them through your tariffs, and then pay back like 3 months on average of the extra cost, and then go back to screwing them over and over and over again, because that's not a sustainable solution to the problem. Two, they would freak the hell out if the Democrats had done that. This is now becoming just a typical thing that Donald Trump does. He screws everything up, he sets fire to everything, and then he decides, well, I'm gonna put my name on a check to get people to think that I'm actually not that bad. It's incredibly manipulative. And so I hate it for that reason. But also, it's not gonna happen, man. It would be wildly expensive to do this. He said right there, they're not gonna give it to people that make over $100,000. Okay, I guess you have to have the cutoff at some point. It would seem like, state by state, you should probably have the cutoff at different places. Some places are more expensive than others. But again, I'm putting more thought into it than they have at this point. But if you did do that, of sending $2,000 to every person that makes less than $100,000 a year, that would cost about $300 billion. They have supposedly brought in $195 billion so far. So this would actually cost about 50% more than all the money they've even made. And again, how is that helping the problem? That's just a wild solution to the problem, and it's not legal. You can't do that. Just because you tax people through these tariffs, it doesn't mean that it's like in your bank account, Trump. He can't freely spend that on anything he wants. I just want to remind everyone, and it's hard to remember this because Congress is so deferential to Donald Trump. They're supposed to be in charge of this. They don't seem to care. They don't seem to want to have these powers, but it's not actually Trump's money to spend however he wants. Brett, what do you think?
This is one of those things that sounds awesome if you know nothing, and sounds stupid if you know like anything, and gets dumber the more you think about it. Like $2,000 sounds great. That's why he's doing it. If you know anything about where the money he's saying he's paying you with comes from, you realize he's saying he doesn't have enough of this money to give you, by the way. He says, I hate deficits, but he does not have enough money that he generated that he's saying he's paying you out from. He said all that money coming in was gonna go to the deficit and offsetting the deficit. Now he realizes people hate tariffs, so he's not gonna address that. And now he's gonna promise more than the money he made to pay people back. But where did this money come from? Those same people. And it's and like, we have a way to make this fair. It's to raise taxes on rich people and give it to the poor people. That's a redistribution of wealth that Trump has said he is going to do, by the way. He said in this plan, he's gonna redistribute wealth from people who pay tariffs to poor people who pay tariffs. But here's the thing, anytime you talk about something like tariffs, those are point of sale impuestos, they're taxes basically, right? And those are happening at the point of sale. And anything like that is a regressive tax on consumers. Poor people spend a lot of money. They buy, there's a lot of people to buy a lot of stuff, right? The taxes, rich people pay way more in taxes than poor people. But when it comes to sales taxes, it's actually harder on poor people than it is on rich people. So he's making life unnecessarily hard on poor people. And then he's gonna go into debt, not apologizing for it, but hoping that when he gives you $2,000 or just promise you $2,000, that you're gonna forget all about this. Even though you probably paid the amount we just showed you in the last segment, the average Californian is paying $1,000 extra a month.
Yeah.
So he's giving you 1/6 of the amount over the course of a year that you are already spending. So he's not refunding you the whole thing of this fictional cost he just pushed on you.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
And this is running the government like a business. I'm glad that we have smart people in charge.
And that's the thing. He is running the government like a business, but not a good business.
No.
His businesses, which he runs into the ground and then tries to get a bailout for, and he only gets rich off of marketing and celebrity.
Exactly. And that's what he's doing. And again, this is all a hypothetical. It's not actually going to happen. Let's be clear about that. Also, it would be illegal to do it. Also, a one-time check sent to people, they would of course have to dump that money. It would be, I would argue, probably quite inflationary.
And that's exactly what they accused Biden of when he gave people money during the COVID era.
Yeah, there was a better cause for it. That, also, you'd be taxed on it. You wouldn't even get the $2,000. There's like 1,000 reasons that this is all BS. This is just, he puts it out there so that, I'm gonna say 25 million people right now think that we already got the checks. There are probably a lot of Americans that think he did this. Hey, that's nice that he did that. He never has to actually do it, and he's not going to. Also, and our producer points this out, didn't they say they were gonna do this with Doggy? You know, we're gonna save all his waste, fraud, and abuse, and then we're gonna give you a check, your cut of it. That never happened. We never got anything. They're massive liars, and they don't actually care about you.